Cases of industrial fraud are always at least a little fascinating, but this one, featuring Oregon-based aluminum manufacturer Sapa Profiles Incorporated, takes things to a new level. This isn't just industrial fraud, it's industrial space fraud. In 2009, NASA attempted to launch its orbiting carbon observatory into position in space on top of a Taurus XL rocket made by a company called Orbital ATK. The clamshell structure meant to protect that satellite in transit, which is called a fairing by the way, failed to separate, so the whole mission went up in smoke. 2 years later, NASA tried launching its Glory climate monitoring spacecraft into orbit on top of another Taurus rocket, and guess what? That failed too. These losses could have been avoided if Sapa Profiles, or SPI as I will now call them, had done its job properly. Instead, for nearly 20 years, people at SPI would cavalierly violate testing standards and provide NASA, plus hundreds of other companies, doctored numbers and test results. According to an extensive investigation conducted by NASA's Officer of the Inspector General and the US Department of Justice, these years of lying were motivated by SPI's need to conceal the apparently lousy quality of its aluminum products and because of the lure of production-based bonuses. In the case of these NASA launches, SPI's fraudulent, shoddy work meant that neither of these satellites made it into space because of a single joint failure that prevented the machines from correctly separating from the rockets. In addition to losing out on the valuable data those satellites could have provided, NASA says the combined cost of both mission failures was in excess of $700 million. So, SPI was responsible for wasting hundreds of millions in taxpayer dollars, wasting years of people's work, and impeding the course of scientific progress. What kind of punishment does that warrant? Well, in this case, we're looking at a $46 million fine, a fraction of what was ultimately lost, and a ban on performing any kind of work for the federal government. If, relatively speaking, that sounds like a slap on the wrist, I'm with you. The company is still around under the name Hydro Extrusion Portland Incorporated, and with any luck, they've purged everyone involved and actually learned some kind of meaningful lesson from this gigantic mess. We'll see you tomorrow with more Engadget Today.